Our next speaker has been a Storytime volunteer for Page Ahead since 2015 when she retired as Vice President of Communications at Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center. Please give a warm welcome to Linda Gaynor.
Wow, it's great to be here and see that, isn't it? Fabulous. I just want to tell you how great it is to see you all here today to support Page Ahead and the more than 26,000 children who will benefit from this exceptional reading program this year. When I retired, I knew that I wanted to do volunteer work with an organization in the community that was really making a difference for children in their lives. I also love reading, and I wanted to share that love with children. Since I'd acquired a rescue dog at the same time, I thought maybe I could combine my two interests, but the dog had other interests in mind. So I gave up that idea and began to look for another organization, and that's when I found Page Ahead. Their mission immediately resonated with me. Their commitment to helping children through reading and giving them a foundation for success is inspiring. Now, I have to admit that when I first began reading to children, I was a little intimidated. Reading to one child sitting on my lap is a whole lot different than reading to 20 slightly squirmy children seated on the floor around me. But Page Ahead has created a program that makes reading fun and successful for all of us. They provide a comprehensive package for readers like me to use in the classroom. It includes a selection of books, fun counting exercises and activities to start and end the reading activity, and an art project that's coordinated with a theme. And the children love it. Teachers consistently tell me that the kids are really excited for the next session, and that's great. But as Kathy pointed out, it's not just about fun. It's about creating a solid building block for future success through reading. And I know that this building block is working. I can see the verbal skills and the critical thinking develop over the school year. At the beginning of the year, I read the easiest books in the collection. As the year progresses, I select books with more text and fewer illustrations, and the students analyze the stories and become better at critiquing a story. After I finish reading a book to the class, I ask what they think of the book. Recently, I read a book called Sylvia and Bird to my class. Sylvia is a lonely dragon, and she's worried that she and Bird are too different to stay friends. Now, I don't want to spoil the end of the story in case you want to read it yourself, but I should tell you that they have a big adventure that changes the way they think about friendship. When I asked the class what they thought of the book, I got a lot of thumbs up and a lot of good story, but also this analysis. Why aren't there more dragons? Where is Sylvia's mom? One boy informed me quite seriously, "You know, dragons aren't real?" I explained about how writers use their imaginations to create stories for us. And sometimes they write the story differently than we would like. One girl had the last word when she summed up the book this way: "Well, there should have been a mom." Listening to my students wrestle with a story, asking questions, analyzing characters, and critiquing the author's stories, I am reminded just how powerful books can be in developing those critical thinking skills. And that's why the work we do at Page Ahead matters, and why the support of our sponsors is so critical. And I do want to thank the companies that are supporting Page Ahead today. The sponsors of this event recognize how vital reading is, not just for the individual, but for the success of their businesses. They know that for a company to succeed, they need employees who are not just technically skilled, but who are well prepared. They need employees who can read, who can think critically, and communicate effectively. By investing in reading, we are investing in the future workforce, tomorrow's employees, inventors, and leaders. Each time I read to a class, I start with something that is referred to as opening finger play. This activity helps get the wiggles out of those children and prepares them for story time. Young kids like the routine of having something that lets them know that story time is coming. Well, I'm going to tell you that it's now time for you to get the wiggles out. And when you get your wiggles out, grab your pen, your credit card, or your phone. Because I'm going to ask you to support this incredible organization and the children that it serves. The goal for today is to raise $110,000 right now through your contributions. We are off to a good start. Thanks to people who have already given, we have raised more than $100,000. Many of these contributors couldn't be here in person, but they wanted to be able to show their support now, and they can watch later online. We know that reading often, reading things you enjoy, is the best, easiest, most efficient way to improve your reading skills. But what's the best, easiest, and most efficient way for Page Ahead to make things happen, and how can you support them? The answer is easy. Give often. Today, every gift of $500 or more will be matched. Wonderful. But if $500 seems like a little too much all at once, what if you did $50 a month? That monthly pledge today will also be matched. And that $50 a month gives a home library to 12 kids. What an amazing investment in children. Could you imagine yourself giving books to an entire classroom of kids? Does it seem out of reach? It can be done. A monthly contribution of $100 will provide a whole classroom with books to read all summer long. Page Ahead wants to get every child to have books, and now it's up to you to help make that happen. Table captains, please take out your pledge cards now. And thank you all for your generosity.